The International Baccalaureate program is a curriculum that pushes students to their absolute maximum. Often it is regarded as the program that prepares students the best before heading off into university. Though being part of this program makes me feel that I'm able to work well despite the numerous deadlines set for each assignment, I find that there's one subject area that's slightly problematic: the creative arts, more specifically theatre and visual arts. As the IB is an intensive academic program, students are often recognized for powering through and achieving a high score for universities. Theatre and art students often complain about deadlines not because we can't achieve it, but it's because schools often neglect the students undergoing these two subjects. Theatre and art students need time to accomplish projects. They don't have textbooks to memorize or theories to learn. They have to take time to experiment in order to apply their skills. To further explore this topic, fellow students were asked about how they felt about taking art in the IB program.
To be honest, IB art is a very stressful subject, and many students may feel like it's full of laughter, as you can hear right now in this very noisy environment. But actually, it's full of deadlines that has to be met, but also has to be qualitatively good. But at the same time, I feel like we, as art students, often people have the impression that we're just always chilling and just painting, but it's actually not, and it's way more difficult than it seems like. And to achieve a good grade is also a really difficult task. So in the end, I feel like we should get more recognition of what we do and get a bit more time here and there, like during holidays, for example, or have weeks off to work on our portfolio, because a lot of students can just get into university with a personal statement, while art students have to have, and theater students, they all have to have a portfolio of their work. So therefore, I feel like that's why I want to express.
I think it's a very overwhelming experience. I personally enjoy the concept making, but I'm not too much of a fan of the fine artsy part. And I think if I were to improve the subject, I would add more to the technical side and the technique side, such as introducing different types of techniques and teaching more of Photoshop.
I later on then asked if they ever felt less of themselves for taking high-level art, and this is how they responded to the question.
Definitely not, because even though it's not I'm so smart, I'm taking art, it's I have the stamina, as Donald Trump says, to take art. I can run through this course of IB while doing creative work, while other students just devote their time in textbooks.
Very much so, because people around you are usually oh, you're actually really good at art, but deep down you're kind of thinking, probably that's the exact same, the opposite of what I think, you're actually good at sciences. So sometimes, but when you're surrounded by your creative peers, it's not too much.
Evidently, there are pros and cons about taking an art subject in a competitive program such as the IB. The overall agreement is that creative arts students should gain more recognition for the difficulty within their subjects. Performance-wise, we need time to devise, develop, rehearse, and perform, whereas visual arts students need to come up with ideas and create their work. Regardless of the IB subject, students should be proud to have gone through the IB because of its demanding nature. To be fair, each subject has its own difficulty, therefore everyone undergoing the IB should feel proud of themselves for pursuing in such a challenging program.